He's a summoned beast the whole world wrote off. But the second I got him, I was over the moon, hugging him like crazy. Everyone started clowning on me, calling me an idiot. Even my homeroom teacher, who had high hopes for me, was furious, saying I'd wasted everything he'd put into me. I just smiled and said nothing. Instead, I sold off everything I owned and used the cash to buy a full 100 pounds of monster meat, all to unlock my pup's hidden talent. I reached over and rubbed his little head. A contract prompt rang out in my mind. Loyalty never betrays. Initiate soul link. I hit yes without hesitation. The pain hit like my soul was being ripped in half. I screamed and dropped to the ground. Everyone around me figured I just couldn't handle the loss and started laughing. Then my girlfriend, school beauty Liu Ruyan, walked over. With a hint of guilt in her voice, she said, "Sorry, this exam is the only shot people like us have at moving up in life. Liu Liang, the gun lancer, just agreed to team up with me, so I won't be going with you." I casually stood up and said, "No problem." She'd been mid-sentence trying to explain herself, but those two words stopped her cold. A wave of feeling dismissed washed over her. She scoffed and turned to leave without looking back. A girl nearby shot me a disgusted look. "He's obviously just playing it cool. Ruyan, you didn't do anything wrong. Why are you even apologizing? He can barely summon a tiny little black dog. What makes him worthy of you?" But I wasn't paying either of them any attention, because the moment the soul link completed, I found out my dog had awakened an SSS rank talent, gluttony. Everything he eats converts into raw energy, breaking all growth limits and pushing toward the highest evolution tier. Worth every bit of that pain. Across all of Daxia, people with SSS rank talents can literally be counted on one hand. Every time a new one shows up, the government goes on full alert to protect them, and for good reason. They're just that powerful. I grabbed the little black dog and pulled him close. "From now on, your name is Hei Ming. You work for me. Got it?" Hei Ming licked himself, tail wagging, looking absolutely thrilled. I tossed him a piece of meat. He demolished it in no time. Consumed common meat. Evolution points 0.5. As the notification chimed, Hei Ming's body grew ever so slightly, and all his base stats went up by 1 point. That was just one regular piece of meat. If he keeps eating more and better food, the growth potential is terrifying. My heart was racing just thinking about it. And what surprised me even more, I felt a small stat boost myself. Looks like my passive lets Hei Ming's energy gains feedback to me too. I went ahead and spent over 6,000 on a full 100 pounds of mutant lean meat. I called Hei Ming with a thought, and the moment he laid eyes on the deep red mutant meat in front of him, something inside him ignited. An overwhelming urge to devour it took over. He lunged in and started tearing it apart. Every piece that went in got converted instantly. Energy surged through Hei Ming's entire body, and his size started growing at a visible rate. I could feel myself leveling up right along with him. Half an hour later, Hei Ming had shot up to over 6 feet tall, and all my stats had jumped by 10 points across the board, top of the class by any standard. His near-broken growth method was closing the gap between me and everyone else at insane speed. I didn't hesitate. I hit the evolution button. The moment I confirmed, the terrifying talent core deep inside Hei Ming started to tremble. A burst of black evolution energy exploded outward, cells splitting, genes rewriting, life leaping to a higher tier. "Congratulations! Your summon Hei Ming has acquired the skill, Rend. Congratulations! Your summon Hei Ming has awakened a new talent, Gigantify. Body size x3, strength and defense plus 300%, speed 50%. After this evolution, every one of Hei Ming's stats blew past 50, and this was only level 1. Not even top-tier summons could touch that. Summons are ranked into 4 tiers: low, mid, high, and top. The benchmark is talent grade. S rank is high tier, SS rank is top tier, and an SSS rank talent? Nobody's ever seen one. Until now. I headed home with Hei Ming to get some sleep, ready to see what kind of monsters would show up at tomorrow's college exam. Next day, a massive crowd packed the plaza. Teacher Lu Wen was going over the rules and things to watch out for before entering the dungeon. This exam pulled students from several top high schools together. The competition was maxed out. Liu Liang, who'd been riding high on confidence, was already drenched in sweat. "Chen Lin, you really gonna bother showing up? Just quit now and save yourself the embarrassment. You know what they say. If you never compete, you can always tell yourself you never lost." That was Ye Chao talking. Beside him stood Liu Ruyan in her mage robes, looking stunning as always. Clearly they were a team now. I didn't even glance their way. A bell rang out, and 4 massive bronze gates swung open at the same time. Through the narrow cracks, waves of cold, eerie energy poured out. Every student wasted no time. They immediately pulled up their dungeon info to see what they were walking into. No way! We got the Bone Burial Forest? That's literally one of the highest fail rate dungeons. All the dungeons are roughly the same difficulty. Chill out. Easy for you to say. You guys from number 3 got an easier one. At that, Lu Wen quickly turned to warn his students. The Bone Burial Forest has rough terrain. The trees and underbrush are incredibly thick. Watch out for monster ambushes at all times. Stay sharp every second. Lu Wen then held up something that looked like a watch. This is a recorder, built by a machinist. It'll broadcast your scores from inside the dungeon in real time. Another bell rang. The exam had officially started. A girl in white armor with long ice blue hair and striking, beautiful features stepped into the dungeon first. That's Su Lingxiu, a senior from number 3 high. She went in solo. The more you team up, the lower your score multiplier, so anyone with real skill goes in alone. The underclassmen watching from the sidelines buzzed with excitement. I focused my mind and connected to the dungeon. A flash of white light swallowed me whole. Solo run. Once everyone was inside, a level 20 middle-aged man raised his hand and 4 water screens lit up, projecting live footage from inside the dungeons. Then, a flash of white. One of the number 2 students had already quit. Every number 2 teacher looked at each other, then silently looked away. Feeling the mocking stares from every direction, Principal Li Mingji's face went dark. He stood in silence, eyes locked on the water screen. The footage shifted, and suddenly a lone figure appeared. A young man moving through dense forest, scanning his surroundings. Li Mingji's eyes went wide. Solo? Do we actually have a student that capable from yesterday's class transfer? Lu Wen didn't know what to say. He knew the truth. I was just an ordinary summoner. But inside the dungeon, after shaking off a brief dizzy spell, I snapped to attention and scoped out the area. Then, a sound. Something dropping from above. No hesitation. My left hand shot out, and a 6-foot staff materialized out of thin air. A massive dark green serpent launched itself down from above, its enormous jaws splitting open to reveal rows of horrifying teeth. I spun the staff and fired a streak of white light straight through the serpent's body. It split in two and crashed to the ground like a broken kite. Venom Fang Worm slain. Plus 5 EXP. At the same moment, the device on my wrist lit up. Score plus 15. The crowd outside was floored. Wait, isn't he a summoner? That reaction speed and movement? That's only possible with insane agility. Lu Wen was just as shocked. Sure, I'd performed well in training before, but nothing even close to this. After dropping the Venom Fang Worm, I pushed deeper into the forest. Then, a strange shriek cut through the air. Short, ugly, green-skinned creatures started emerging one by one. Goblins. The textbook says they're vicious, breed like crazy, and will cannibalize each other when food runs out. Quick count, had to be 50-60 of them. That many rushing me at once? There's no way I was surviving that. I called out to Hei Ming in my head. A burst of white light. Then a long, powerful howl ripped through the forest. Hei Ming's cold, slit pupils locked onto the goblins charging straight at us. Fangs out. He launched like a cannonball. The lead goblin's skull caved in on impact and went flying backward. The ones on either side screamed and swung their weapons down, smashing sharpened bone clubs into Hei Ming's back with a loud crack. Hei Ming swiped a paw and caved in a goblin's skull. Then he dropped all defense and went full berserk, tearing through everything in his path. Even these dim-witted goblins could feel pure, primal terror. They stopped dead, then scattered in every direction, running for their lives. You came! None of you are leaving! I directed Hei Ming's pursuit and went after the nearest one myself. The crowd outside erupted. Bro, our school has a student that insane? His summon is cracked enough, but how does he have stats that broken too? No way that's legit. In the number 2 viewing section, the underclassmen were going crazy. Just 10 minutes ago when they saw me run into the goblins, everyone wrote me off as good as eliminated. Now I'd wiped out the entire pack. Solo. Li Mingji's expression shifted. To reach this level this fast, it has to be a rare hidden type talent, a growth type. The potential here is on par with a high-rank summon. Is number 2 finally getting a standout student? He turned quickly and asked, what's Chen Lin's score at? According to the recorder, he's sitting at 560 points, first place in our school. But Su Lingxiu from number 3 is on a whole different level. She's at 830 points, way out in front of everyone. Li Mingji and the other teachers all gasped. Not even 20 minutes in, and she might actually be in the running for top score in the entire province. Inside the dungeon, orbs of light poured out from the goblin corpses and sank into my body. My level quickly hit 2.